a morning warm-up routine, which is going to help with like ankle, knee, hip, and back stability, which we all need, right? So, you're going to kick your shoes off, or if you don't have shoes on yet, we're going to grab your spiky foot roller, so one of these things, and you're going to do each foot for about a minute. You don't have to time it, but like really sufficiently roll out your foot. If you notice that one part in like the middle of your foot is getting a little tight, you can also use the edge of the roller and kind of push on it to like help spread the bones of your feet so there's better springs in there. So after you've done a minute each side, then we're going to have you do open chain, toe scrunch, ankle circles. So open chain, meaning not touching the ground. You're going to lightly scrunch your toes. So like act like you're starting to make a fist with your foot, and then steer with your big toe knuckle. And you're going to make little circles, kind of grow them, and you're going to do 10 to 20 each direction per foot. So counterclockwise 10 to 20 times, clockwise 10 to 20 times. Also, when you're standing on the single leg, if you notice that your hip bows out like this, really focus on the inner arch of your foot, kind of suction cupping the ground. That's going to come up a lot. Suction cup your foot to the ground, and then if you notice that you're bowing out, really push your foot through the floor. So you're standing up super, super tall, get your butt under you, and then go into your ankle circle. So anytime you're doing a single leg stance, push that foot through the floor so everything's nice and tall. So 10 to 20 each side there. Then we're going to grab a rolled up towel and land your back. And we're going to do towel smash hip flossing. So you're going to plant your right foot on the ground, knee's going to be pointing up towards the ceiling. Kick your left heel up and then place the towel right behind the bend of your knee and let your leg kind of go down. So you don't have to flex your leg down, just kind of let it fall with style. And then you're going to grab your shin if that's possible. You can use a yoga strap, you can grab your knee, do whatever you need to. But make sure that the planted leg is not going out to the side. So right knee stays up, hands on my left shin, and then I'm going to inhale my knee out towards my armpit, keeping my right leg up, and then exhale back into center. Inhale, left leg out to armpit, exhale, left knee back into center. So we'll have you do 10 to 20% there, and think about all of the muscles that meet at the back of your knee. So your calf muscles, your hamstring muscles. The towel is helping smush them all back into place so they mind their own business and do their best job. So that's what the towel is for. And then we're going to have you take a seat on your coffee table or whatever surface is seated height and do some shin rotations. So I'm going to show you with the towel on the mat. We're going to have towel be on the ground, foot plants on the mat. So knees are starting out forward. Move your butt muscles to the side if it feels better for you. And then kind of have your toes just like wide. From here, you're going to keep your foot flat on the ground and swivel your foot out to the side and then back into the center. And then out to the side and back into the center. Towel isn't really helping me out, but so knees are staying straight forward, toes swivel out, toes swivel in. And if you notice that when you're swiveling your foot back in, what's really common is that your big toe kind of leaves the ground, so you kind of swoop in like this. See if you can keep that big toe down and slide in. So you're going to have way more external rotation than you have internal rotation. It's like 2/3 to 1/3. But still try to keep that foot flat on the ground. So 10 to 20% there. Next, we're going to do single leg standing hip circles, but I want you to think about being really small. So I'm going to put my shoes on, and you do whatever you want. But single leg standing, I'm going to push my foot through the floor like we said earlier, and then my other leg is going to come up, so I'm still going to have the energy in my foot, and I'm going to steer from my hip socket, but my knee is going to be moving in really tiny circles. And think about growing it a little bit as you go, and then you're going to go out to one side, out to the other side, and then switch legs. So 10 to 20% there. Again, push the foot through the floor that you're standing on and then steer from your hip socket. So we're trying to create more movement in there. So think about the upper nubbin of your femur rolling around in your hip socket and creating space. So after you've done 10 to 20 there, we're going back down to the ground and we're going to do single leg supported pelvic shift deadlifts. Sorry, brain fart. My right foot is going to suction cup the floor. My knee is going to be up, so that's again a theme. And then my lower ribs are going to push down into the ground. So my abs are just kind of engaged. Right leg's going to stay up the whole time. I'm going to try to bring my left knee up to my chest as I gently resist with my hands. And then lower back down. Take a big breath in. Pull. Lower back down. So you're going to do a little bit of a pause. What's really common is that knees will go out to the side when you're lifting up the other leg. So make sure that whatever leg is planted is planted, you feel your foot on the ground, you feel your lower abs engaged, and then lift up, hold, lower back down. Notice if one is harder than the other, maybe start with that one. So, 10 to 20 per side there, please. And then, we're gonna have you do alternating supine twist with head turn. So, supine twist is supine, so face up. And then, you're gonna drop your knees toward the right side, and your head's gonna look to the left. And then you'll bring it back up to center, knees to the left, head to the right, and then back up to center. So you're inhaling as you drop, exhaling to return to center, inhale to drop to the other side, and exhale to return. So the thing that I don't want you to do is to force it down as far as you can. So like I can get here, but I feel a lot more supported if I'm just slightly off center. So think about your spiral line in your body, right? So your abs are getting long as you drop to the side, and then they're getting short as you come up, and then they're getting long in the other direction, and then short. And then the head turn is actually to help with your spine, which we've talked about in other videos, but parts of your spine turn the same direction as each other, and parts of your spine turn opposite. This helps kind of grease them all up. So, after that, we're going to do standing hamstring curl. And I think I've actually coached this a little different in the past, but, you know, we learn more, we do better. So, stand up tall, you're gonna think about your belly button lifting up to your spine, and you're gonna try to bring your heels straight to your butt. So your knee's actually gonna come forward, and then lower back down. And then heel to butt, lower back down. We're trying to minimize any lateral shifting, so you're, again, planting that foot through the floor, heel to butt, lower back down, heel to butt, lower back down. 20 per side, please. And then we're going to do a low bridge. And yes, you are getting up and down quite a bit. That's intentional. It's peripheral heart action. We're getting blood sloshing around, we're getting your oxygen levels challenged. We're gonna have you ready for the day. So, it is on purpose, please do it in order. So, low bridge is like a normal bridge, but staying low. So feet are gonna plant on the ground, lower ribs are gonna push down, and you're gonna try to scoop your tailbone up and push your knees forward, towards your toes. So palms can be down, or you can have your elbows braced, you can do whatever you want, but just make sure that your chest and shoulders stay open. So you're gonna scoop up, knees go forward, and then lower back down. And then scoop up, knees reach forward, nice long spine, and then lower back down. So, up to 20 of those, between 10 and 20 please. Try to make it the smallest bridge you can possibly do with your hips getting off the ground. So we're really just trying to engage that starting point of a bridge. So don't go crazy, even if you can get higher, don't, stay low. So, after that, we're gonna do bird dogs. And so bird dogs are like a fun way to just set everything that you just did into a pattern that your body will hopefully keep a little bit longer. So, you're gonna have your hands right under your shoulders. You're gonna push your feet to the ground, almost as if you can lift your knees up, but the point of that is to keep your lower abs engaged, so you don't actually pick your knees up, just push your feet down. And then you're going to kick your left heel back with your right hand forward as far as you can diagonally, and then inhale to reach, exhale to return, establish right hand, left foot, kick right heel and reach left hand away, and then return. So you're inhaling to get really long, exhaling to come back. Common things that people do, foot goes up way too high, you're trying to keep it as long as possible, and then lower back down, and then also people kind of wiggle around. So this is an anti-rotation movement, so you're trying to keep your trunk super, super solid as you get really long. So, 10 of those, please, on each side. This has been your morning workout. Good luck with it. Hope it goes well. Let me know if you have questions. Bye.